Marco Giampaolo is the new manager for AC Milan. Will he get into the Champions League? Let's find out. What's up, ragazzi? Welcome back for another tactics breakdown, a managerial breakdown with a new manager in AC Milan, Marco Giampaolo. Before we get into the tactics, I just want to thank all the viewers, listeners to our podcast. We truly appreciate all the feedback. Again, you can follow us at Serie Sit Down on Twitter and Instagram, and listen to us on all your streaming devices like Apple Podcasts, Soundcloud, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, you name it, we're there. So let's get back to the tactics. Marco Giampaolo, he is the new manager for AC Milan. The question is, will he get them to Champions League? We're going to find out here a little bit about his tactics. In 2009, actually, he was linked heavily to Juventus after the sacking of Ranieri. Back then, he was known as one of the brightest young stars in Italian coaching, and so he was heavily linked with them. But they obviously did not go that way. So let's get into how he has set up throughout the years. So following Maurizio Sarri's departure from Empoli to Napoli, is obviously a void at Empoli and something needed to be done. Marco Giampaolo was hired and he took over a Sarri ball with his little nuances to in effect make Giampaolo ball, which is very, very similar, but there's our differences to the way both of these gentlemen play. So much like Sarri, Giampaolo employs a 4-3-1-2 system, obviously with the trequartista up top. He also likes to use a regista, and a very skilled one at that. In this instance with Empoli, it was El Hadji. The regista is always pulling the strings, linking the defense to the midfield and attack, of two very key roles in the Marco Giampaolo tactics setup. And in the midfield, they obviously play with a lot of triangles because it's all about possession, keeping a tactical possession really. But they keep the balls, never lose the possession really, because there's all these little triangle passes, opportunities for them to consistently keep the ball moving, keep possession, and kind of try to wear the opposition out, right? And another aspect is part of these triangles is that they can play in tight situations all over the pitch, whether it's defensively in tight situations where the team opposition is pressing, or just anywhere along the pitch, going down the pitch trying to create chances. These tight triangles allows them to be quick passes, so they never turn it over, and also create opportunities of numerical advantages so they can get these opportunities to score goals. As we mentioned, Giampaolo, like Sarri, likes to use the trequartista. The trequartista or Saponara, when he also had Saponara as did Sarri before him. He uses this skillful player to kind of build up the play. They keep the passing going throughout with his possession play, almost lulling the opposition to sleep. Continue passing, tactical passing. When they don't find something, they recycle back at the defense and come back out and keep trying and prodding. This is done strategically because as other managers like Pep Guardiola have done, they lull you to sleep, and just when you think you know what they're going to do, they turn the speed on, and that's when they attack. And it's almost like a counterattack in this situation, right? Because they're going slow, ball's going one way, and all of a sudden they turn it on and get you with a numerical advantage, and then look at now, they got a shot on goal. And Marco Giampaolo, he has two strikers up top, and these strikers are very, very pivotal. They're very key. They need to work with each other almost seamlessly. Whether it's Maccarone and Pucciarelli, whether it's Quagliarella and De Frel or Caprari, or now at AC Milan it's probably going to be Christoph Piątek, Leao or Correa. The two up top have to work together, know where each other are at all times, and create chances for each other. When these two are working in hand sync, if you will, the rest of the team can go up around them. Those two will draw the attention of the defenders and let these other runners come in and get them open for free shots and score some goals. So again, the up top play is quite pivotal in Marco Giampaolo's systems. I mean, it's shown throughout the year. Even Maccarone and Pucciarelli, who aren't the greatest of strikers, they formed a formidable striking partnership together. Quagliarella, we know what he's done at Sampdoria with either De Frel or Caprari or whomever. And now we're going to see what Christoph Piątek can do with Correa or Leao or whomever really slots into that role. So it should be interesting to see how that partnership up top works at Milan like it did in the past at Sampdoria and Empoli for Marco Giampaolo. We go from Empoli to Sampdoria. When he made the switch over there, Marco Giampaolo continued using his 4-3-1-2. In fact, that's what he's going to be using at AC Milan. The interesting thing for me with Marco Giampaolo's 4-3-1-2, which is different from other 4-3-1-2s, is defensively at Sampdoria they were very stout, especially against the big teams like Napoli, Milan, Inter, Juventus. Consistently very stout defensively against these opponents. It's quite impressive, and the reason why they're able to do this is because when they're in the defending mode, they go from a 4-3-1-2 to a 4-4-2. The four in the midfield actually shape a diamond, and this allows them to kind of crowd out the middle of the pitch, giving them a numerical advantage at all times, which is key and very important because once they get the ball back, they turn it into the counterattack almost immediately. Having that diamond shape, you have that midfielder who's at the top of that diamond. Once that ball breaks, he'll get the ball, and also it is odd numbers the other way. And Sampdoria, when they employed this system, they scored goals in bunches. Even goals against Napoli, who don't normally give away counterattacks. Sampdoria did this to great effect against them. And some other interesting nuances to Marco Giampaolo's system is the front three, which would be the two strikers plus the trequartista. They play very narrow. And you see this a lot recently with AC Milan in the early part of their season. They play narrow, allowing the triangles so they can make quick, tight passes to create opportunities, but also for the wing backs and other runners to go around them to cross in balls. Or they can also shift to one side of the pitch to get all the attention going this way with the defenders, and the backdoor runners come in and get the goals. It's very, very tactical the way Giampaolo does this, because normally you see a front three, you want them to play wide, spread out the defense. Not Marco Giampaolo. He likes to keep them tight, so the passing is short and quick. But believe me, they know what they're doing when they're in the attacking mode and trying to create opportunities. Another benefit of having the front three play very narrow is that the wingbacks, they get on the outside and they bring balls in, they cross it, right? And what's so beneficial about this? So when they cross it in, they got lots of numbers in the boxes to get the headers, potential headers there, or loose balls in the box. When you have teams attacking trios in the front that are so spread out, when you do those crosses in, it's really to just one or two players. But in Marco Giampaolo's system, you got at least three players at minimum, possibly 4 or 5, when the balls come in from the wingbacks getting crossed in. So again, creating opportunities seemingly out of nothing at times. Now we're talking Marco Giampaolo. Yes, I'm a Milanista, but I gotta say the obvious, right? From what we've seen with Sampdoria under Marco Giampaolo, while they were extremely deadly at home, constantly taking down giants, right? I mean, they've beaten Juventus, they've beaten Napoli, they've beaten all kinds of big juggernauts at home. They're not very consistent. On the road, Giampaolo's teams were very abysmal at times. A team that they should beat on the road, they always struggled. The same team that they played at home, they would look completely different on the road. There was no consistency, and that is my big worry with Marco Giampaolo. If he can find that consistency throughout the year, then AC Milan is going to be golden. But if he continues to be a helter-skelter, Jekyll and Hyde on the home and the road, it's not going to be that great of an improvement for AC Milan. So this is going to be the key thing for me to watch this season. I need to see that consistency from Marco Giampaolo. I believe he can do that, but that's the one big telling con that I see and everyone else sees, and it's, you got to say the obvious sometimes. So that brings us to how does it shape up for Milan? Do they make Champions League this year? We're already seeing an early preseason, even a couple like the first or second games in. Giampaolo ball is really showing itself with AC Milan. They're looking more attacking, they're more threatening. Suso in a trequartista role, which would have been a con for me initially. Now that I've seen him in the preseason, I'm like, okay, it could work. You see him and several other players switching roles. Castillejo was another player who was playing on the wing, and then him and Suso would flip-flop, whatever, the trequartista role. So with all the new players and additions they have, I think Marco Giampaolo is actually going to have a good season with AC Milan. I don't think they're going to challenge for Scudetto, not this season. There's just too much to overcome. The teams above them are just too good. I mean, Juventus, they're Juventus. Inter now have Conte, and they're going to be much stronger. They got reinforcements now, and they got the big Lukaku now. And then also Napoli. I mean, Napoli is just, they play beautiful ball, and they have Carlo Ancelotti. They're going to be a threat in all competitions. But for me, I think AC Milan are going to get the Champions League spot ultimately. I think, we'll still wait to see what Fonseca can bring to Roma. That'll be another video we're going to show soon. And Atalanta will probably take a step back. I think I'd hate to say that because I really enjoy watching Atalanta, but they're going to be in plenty of competitions. They're going to be Champions League, obviously the Coppa Italia and Serie A. It's going to be interesting how they can handle all the adversity. But so I think AC Milan is primed to get that Champions League spot, get them back to Champions League after how many years now? 5-7 years. So that is my conclusion. I think it's going to be a good season ultimately for AC Milan. Marco Giampaolo is going to be a success, and we're really going to see attractive football once again at AC Milan. It's been a long time since we could say that, and frankly, a strong Serie A is when you see both Milan clubs in the top four, and then obviously Juventus and then like a Napoli or another big club, Roma, are in the mix too. So that's my take. Tell us what you thought. Do you agree that Marco Giampaolo is going to be a success at AC Milan? Leave a comments below. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to this page. We're going to keep trying to, obviously during the season, we'll give you the top goals of the week with some other little tidbits here and there. But we're also going to get some tactical videos. I mean, maybe do some player profiles, maybe some other managerial profiles, and when there's big news like a new manager coming in, you tell us what else you want to see. We're open to it, right? So again, subscribe here. Follow us at Serie A Sit Down on Twitter and Instagram, and then again, follow our podcast on Apple, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, Spotify. Anywhere that streams music, you're going to find us there. And make sure you listen to us. First podcast is 3 days away as of this recording. It'll be on Monday, August 19th. So get ready for that. The season is back. I can't believe it. I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's go, buddy. Let's go. All right, ragazzi. Thank you once again. Make sure you tune in every week on YouTube and on the podcast. And again, don't forget to tell your paisans about us. Ciao.